So Luka Doncic got a whole bunch of votes for the All-Star game, and it seems that there's a chance he could be on his way to that game, and he'll be the first rookie since I think it was Blake Griffin. I should probably research that, but I'm not going to. And the dude has clearly had a hell of a season. The question is, does he deserve it over other frontcourt players? I mean, the fact that he won this vote gives him a pretty good chance of making it anyway. Sure, the coaches and media and all that make a difference too, but the dude is definitely building momentum for it, and I mean, there is a pretty damn good chance he deserves it anyway because of the way he's been leading the Mavericks to victories, because without him, they would be probably one of the worst teams in the league. They've pretty much only got him to create offense. I mean, sure, Harrison Barnes can do it occasionally, but no one's in pick and rolls and ISOs and doing all that stuff the way Luka is, and he's also had a few pretty wild clutch performances as well with step back threes and all that stuff, and he's a big reason why the Mavericks are, what, 2.5 games out of the 8th seed right now. So yeah, Luka's been amazing. It's just a matter of comparing him to the rest of the front court players in the West. So I think the starting front court players in the Western Conference should be LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Anthony Davis. If you tried really damn hard, maybe you could make a case for Jokic over Davis. I would not agree with you, but in the sense of the Pelicans are currently the 14th seed, the Nuggets are the 1 seed, Jokic's defense has been better, and the Nuggets have dealt with a bunch of injuries this year, and they're still winning games, I would still put Anthony Davis over Jokic. And then when you move to the backup frontcourt players, because there's going to be 3 here, I think Paul George and Jokic have to be 2 of them. For as good as Luka has been, I don't think he has a case over those 2. Paul George has been potentially the defensive player of the year. He has had a whole lot of big 30-point games or whatever. He's scoring the most points he ever has in his career. His efficiency has been awesome. He's hitting a lot of gutsy three-pointers. The guy's putting up 27, 8, and 4 on amazing efficiency while being a defensive player of the year candidate. Like, he really is having that good of a season. So that gives us 1 more frontcourt spot as well as 2 wildcard spots for Doncic, right? And there are quite a few frontcourt spots to make a case for, I would say. I think Steven Adams has a case because he's been a big reason why OKC's defense has been as good as it has been, and hell, maybe he's in line for a defensive player of the year bid as well. His scoring has also been a lot better, which is pretty cool. Clint Capella, I don't know. I mean, his box score numbers have been really good. I mean, hell, they're better than Steven Adams. But while I don't think Capella is the only reason why the Rockets' defense has had a tough time this year, I think he's been a part of it. Sure, they've been playing Gerald Green, and Chris Paul's been hurt, and I think Capella's been like 5% worse defensively. The Clippers, hey, look, Tobias Harris and Gallinari have both been pretty legit. I don't think either one of them has been as good as Luka, though. Maybe at the beginning of the year they were, but as Luka has gotten more of a responsibility with this Mavericks team, I think he's been better than them. LaMarcus Aldridge for the Spurs, I mean, I think his start was maybe not the best. He has been killing it lately, but to make the case for Luka over him, it's Aldridge. He's got DeMar DeRozan, who takes pressure off of him. I think that matters. Now, if Aldridge keeps setting the world on fire, as he has the past like week or 2, then that could definitely make a difference. Marc Gasol, I think, has... Well, I don't think this. The dude had a really bad December. His efficiency was awful. I don't totally know why that was the case. I'll admit I didn't watch every Grizzlies game, but it just seemed like the shots that he typically takes, for whatever reason, were just not dropping. And the Grizzlies have, they're 2-8 in their last 10, and who knows how their season's going to play out over the next couple of weeks, and I think that knocks down Marc Gasol's case. I think Rudy Gobert definitely needs some more attention. I know Utah's offense has sucked, but they've been second in the league defensively, only behind OKC for at least the past 10 games, and Gobert is, of course, a huge reason for that. His offense has gone to a different level. Karl Anthony Towns has been really damn good. I think some people believe he's been a little disappointing. I can see that because sometimes he's not aggressive enough, or Tibbs doesn't get him the ball enough, or the spacing isn't very good, or Wiggins is taking away too many shots. And there was a stretch in this season where Towns was putting up like 15 a game. But ever since then, he's kind of climbed out of it, and he's been killing it, and he's also been grabbing like 20 rebounds a game. So, yeah, I think Towns, that with the fact that his defense has definitely been better since the Jimmy Butler trade, I think that matters. And then I think after that, that's pretty much it. And when we take into account wild card players, I mean, that's a whole nother stretch of dudes that I can't think of off the top of my head right now. Of course, it's going to matter who actually gets voted in and who doesn't. I'll say this much. I think between one more front court spot and 2 wild cards, I think Luka deserves to get into one of those spots. If you really make me pick, I think Steven Adams can probably be the last front court player because I think he's just got everything going for him, you know? The defense is better, his offense has gone to a different level, they're the 3rd seed in the West, and then those 2 wild card spots, I think Luka could definitely get into one of those, and I think I would be fine with it. There's my take. I think Luka Doncic is deserving of an all-star team. I don't think he should be like the 2nd leading front court voter. That's ridiculous, but hey, the hype around him is understandable, so